Okay, folks, this will be an interesting one. It's going to be I've done a few of these lately. This one's in the best condition compared to the other two that I did recently. Let's see if we can make this one come up a treat. To be honest, it is a treat. Was a treat. Had a treat in it, but not anymore. And this fan's nice and cool. Fuck me dead, it's really nice to have that going. In the past, I never used to run a fan or any heating. It used to get hot and cold, and I don't know how I ever did without either. Especially doing the demos in the heat, and my hands getting sweaty and my phone feeling like it could slip out of my hand any time. Fortunately, it's not like that now with the fan running. Yeah. And now we've got here what I call says the word thank you. Thank you lollies. Or thank you chocolate. It's a chocolate. Roses. We all know roses. Thank you. Is the advertising thing for it. Thank you. To say thank you. Yeah, looks interesting. Doesn't look like there's much to it though. You can't see much of that in this negative image. Just hit a button I wasn't meant to hit. That one. How typical. What am I doing, folks? Got rid of that. We're going to just put a piece of paper behind it, and we're going to drop the dock feeder onto it to flatten it out, make it interesting. Just trying to think. Maybe not. I'm just going to try and just image it like this. Yeah, looks interesting. Again, the word roses isn't as visible as you'd like it to be. Yeah, it's not as visible. You'd think it would be easier to see. Yeah. Gotta move it across. I think it's too big, or maybe I just have to move it across to the end there to make it look better, and maybe we could lighten it further. Yeah, that looks better. That looks much better actually. You can see the word roses very prominently here. The nerds will inherit the copier world. Yes, they will, folks. The photocopier world won't be the same once the nerds have been there and done that. I'm going to scrunch it up a bit further. I'm going to make it into something a little bit more interesting than just the wrapper as it is. See, it looks more interesting all screwed up like that. So I'm going to make it a lot more interesting. Yeah, I just got my cyan toner delivered this morning, so when this toner runs out, I'll be able to replenish it. So it's all ready to go. It's all ready to rumble. I do wonder, we're going to make this on more of an angle. This word roses, maybe twist it that way. I'm going to angle it like that. Yeah, this has been a real difficult one this morning, folks. Well, it's probably midday now. It's nearly midday. Yeah, it says 12 o'clock on the photocopier, but I don't think that time is totally correct. Just quietly. Yeah, that looks really quite interesting like that. Thank you, indeed. It says thank you, although you can't see the word thank you very clearly there. I actually think I might do another version of this. I'm going to screw it up even further. So I'm just going to play with the buttons. But the cyan toner is tipped to go out soon, so I'll have to replace it at some stage today on this equipment. So I've just got the roses all scrunched up. Put it on a nice little angle. Try to make it more interesting than what we were doing before. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite interesting. I didn't want to cut off the rose, but that should be fine. I don't know how I'm going to work it, folks. I don't like the way it's like that. I'd like it to be a bit more angled, but then it's going to look too fucking boring. Trying to line it up straight. Just going to take a punt on it again, folks. I want to really make this one come up a treat. Well, we did have treats in there, folks. Chocolate treats. Yeah, I don't eat chocolate very often, folks. I don't like the idea of gaining weight. I do hate putting on weight because I'm eating too many treats. But it's so easy to get fat. I find it's easier to get fat than to stay really thin. And I have the only chocolate I usually have is meal replacement bars and Up and Go. Oh, Milo. I do have Milo, and I have low calorie hot chocolate mix, which I don't mix with milk. You mix it with water. So I do have certain types of chocolate, but I don't eat typically that sort of chocolate, that unhealthy chocolate. And that's come up looking better, I do think. I think we can work with that. We've got the rose in the picture there. So we're just going to push these aside, and I'm going to utilise that, perhaps. But I'm really missing a lost partner. I'm missing a loved one. And I'll be saying thank you to Channel 9 if they air my material so I can get in touch with this person. His name is Luigi, and I really miss him, and I really need to get in touch. Otherwise, I'll never see him again, and I'll be lonely, and I'll die of loneliness, because loneliness is like the chronic loneliness, like what I'm going through, is like smoking, is the equivalent of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So it's not a healthy, habit to deal with. It's like a habit, but it's not a habit. It's just something that it's like a habit. You could compare it to a habit like smoking, and how deadly we all know that is. So, I really struggle to deal with the constant loneliness that I have, because loneliness for me is virtually a constant. It's not something that happens sporadically. It's not a COVID lockdown thing, like what a lot of people might have had a taste of it during lockdown, or when you have to self-isolate because you caught the fucking disease. So, it's like that. It's real loneliness. It's really destructive and highly toxic, and you just can't live like that anymore. You just can't allow yourself to. Let's come up looking a treat. But yeah, it just gets really lonely, and you just can't deal with the shit that it's putting upon you. You just can't live with it. And you have to, because what choice have I got? I haven't got any choices here. I don't have a social network. I have got people who help me out with my household chores and my living skills as a disabled person. I sort of have that kind of company, but I don't have actual friends, what you'd call friendships. To hang out with someone, to have a coffee with a friend, a real friend. And Luigi to me is like a friend as well as a partner that I want to marry. And I really get lonely without him, folks, and it really hurts. And I'm trying to get the word out as hard and fast as I can about this loneliness and shit that I have to go through because I haven't got my friend Luigi to be with. I really get lonely and it really hurts, but what can I do, folks? What can I fucking do? It's like I just have no choices, I'm not rich, I'm not a rich person. I'm finding it really hard to make ends meet with this campaign that I'm doing, and the cost of living's going up, and I have to ration my hot water use to 1 shower a week instead of 1 shower a day, and in the summertime that's really quite uncomfortable. It's a bit smelly and dirty, and it's really disgusting. But what can you do, folks? The cost of living, electricity, has just gone up, skyrocketed, and it's forecast to go up even further, the power bills. So I just can't win in this world, folks. So I need Channel 9's assistance, but Channel 9 seem to be a bit slow off the mark. And I get the feeling they don't fucking care for someone less fortunate than themselves who can fucking afford things like air conditioning and their own laundry, or a dishwasher, solar energy to offset the electricity, and even make money out of the grid, sending it to the grid if you feed out. I think they're called feed out tariffs. You can actually make a bit of money from solar. So, but the thing is, I haven't got that kind of money, and I live in social housing, so I can't exactly have a solar panels installed here. So, I'm really not happy being alone and being away from Luigi and not being able to afford the costs of living, like electricity. I've got to run the heater in winter and the fan in summer. And that's just so expensive, especially the heater. So I have to fucking ration until I get out of this place and find Luigi. So, and that's come up looking really quite interesting. I think I can now call this demo quits.